Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today marks the beginning of a new journey. I'm starting a Minecraft hardcore world with no cheats, no second chances, no anything. Because hardcore isn't about living. It's about thriving when everything's on the line. So without further ado, let's get into it. We started out by spawning in an acacia biome. This is honestly one of my least favorite biomes, but at least we got to grab some wood and get our start. I found a cave pretty close by, and I instantly went down here to grab some stone tools and grab some iron to make a shield to make our adventure way easier. After that short mining trip, I ended up smelting up some of the iron and we finally made our first shield. After the rest of the iron smelted, I decided to pack up shop, make some iron tools, and then head out and adventure on to see if we could find a place to set down our very first home. While I was looking for a place to build, I stumbled across a village, and on the way towards it, I decided to kill a bunch of animals so we could stock up on some food because we had absolutely none. As soon as I got to the village, I decided to make a hoe so we could mine these hay bales faster so we wouldn't have to worry about food for quite some time. After crafting up some bread and grabbing a couple things from the village that I'm just borrowing, we'll say, definitely not going to give those back, we decided to move on because this area was a little bit too boring in my opinion, and I wanted to keep venturing out until I found something that was calling to me. While continuing to adventure, we stumbled across our very first abandoned nether portal and looted it up. It didn't have too good of loot, but I thought I'd mention it. To end off our very first day in this world, I decided to mine some pumpkins, and as the sun set, I decided to sleep so we could keep adventuring out while being safe. I then stumbled across a pillager tower and then decided it would be best if we looted it so I wouldn't have to come back for it later. After looting the pillager tower, I decided to keep killing a couple animals while we adventured out and stacking up our food resources.
Wait.
I don't even know why those guys were that mad. It's not like I stole all their loot or anything. But after that, I ended up circling back to the first village we found and going near the water and making a boat so we could traverse the water a little bit easier. We pretty quickly found our first abandoned shipwreck and I ended up looting it and finding a buried treasure map along with some pretty nice items. So of course, after getting this buried treasure map, I went to go find it, and it actually ended up being right at the village in one of the weirdest spots I've ever seen. Look at how perfectly placed that is. But this was one of the best treasures I've seen in quite some time. The 4 diamonds will come in handy very soon. After looting the rest of that treasure, I decided to keep on boating and search for a place to live. But while boating, I ended up seeing a sea temple, and we'll definitely do a project with this later down the line. While continuing to boat, I kept looting abandoned shipwrecks, and we ended up getting a bunch of resources from doing this. I end up climbing up this waterfall and end up finding a village on top of this mountain, and it turns out to be a pretty cool spot. I thought about basing here, but we ended up going just a little bit further. But before we get to our base spot, I realized that we had enough iron to make full iron armor from the shipwrecks. I can't believe I didn't do this earlier, but now's a better time than any. I ended up continuing over this mountain face and decided this would be a perfect spot to build our very first starter base. After sleeping, I decided it would probably be best if we made some animal farms, so I crafted up a bunch of fence posts and then decided to go make an animal farm at the very bottom of the mountain face. After building the sheep pen and breeding some of them, I decided that we needed to start planting more trees in this area because there was absolutely no wood and I didn't feel like traveling over 100 blocks every single time we needed to get wood. After looking for cows for a little bit, I ended up exploring just over the hill and finding 2 cows that we were able to bring back to our pen and start a cow farm. After that, I decided to start terraforming right next to the animal farms because I honestly wanted to move the base down here because I thought it was a much nicer spot, but only after we started terraforming it. It started raining as soon as we were about to finish up the terraforming, so I figured we might as well start fishing to see if we could get any good drops. Little spoiler for you guys, we didn't get any good drops from fishing, but I decided it was finally time we started to make our base, so here's a little montage. Also guys, I would just like to point out this is my first time using the replay mod and I know I can get better with it, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. But if you guys have any suggestions on how to do better, please leave it down below in the comments. I'm always looking to improve. Now's a perfect time to talk about the 3 goals that I want to succeed with this first episode. Number 1 is going to be making a farm. Number 2 is going to be making an XP farm so we can get our enchants a lot easier. Number 3 is going to be getting diamond armor so we have a lot more survivability. Hopefully by the end of this episode we will have all these goals complete. I'd also just like to point out that building has never been my strong suit, but that's another reason I wanted to create this world, because I'm really striving to get better at it. So yeah, it's a work in progress, guys. I'll definitely get better, I promise. After we ended up finishing half the house, I decided that we should go caving for more blocks, and hopefully we could find some diamonds to be able to make an enchantment table. After exploring the cave for some bit, we finally came across our first diamond vein, and I was pretty excited about it. After this successful mining trip, I ended up coming back up with enough blocks to be able to finish the floor and then hopefully the roof. After finishing the shell of the base, I decided to boat over to this desert so we could grab some sand and then smelt it into glass and then hopefully finish the bottom floor of the base. As soon as I got over here, I ran into a pillager hit squad that I decided to take out so we could get a raid potion and a banner. After finally getting back to base, I decided to move all of the chests into a nice corner of the base so it would look a lot better and a lot cleaner, and it would be a lot easier to organize everything. I also decided to start smelting some of the sand so we can make some glass and hopefully finish off this first floor. After finishing a good chunk of the house and waiting for more glass to smelt, I decided it was a perfect time to make a farm. After getting the farm built, I decided to go back into the base and grab the smelted glass so we could finally finish off the first floor of our base. Of course, we just needed a couple more blocks of glass, so while I waited for those to smelt, I decided to get the farm up and going. And since we had so much extra dirt, I decided now would be the best time to make a sugarcane farm because we're going to need some for paper when we make our bookshelves, and we'll need some later down the line when we go to make our fireworks. After finishing these 2 farms, I was pretty confident in being able to cross off making a farm off our checklist. After getting both our farms up in working order, I decided it was a good time to start strip mining so we could go look for some lava and maybe find some more diamonds along the way. Speaking of diamonds, we finally ran into some on the way while we were strip mining, but I decided it would be best if we waited till we got Fortune 3 to mine these. After getting some of those deep slate blocks, I guess I figured it would be best if we started building some of the roof. I don't know why I decided to do this, but I did. So let's get it going. This is the first time I decided to not try to attempt a 2-block slab roof, and this was definitely a challenge, but I'm honestly pretty happy with how it was turning out. After that, I decided that we had enough leather and sugarcane to be able to make these bookshelves and get them placed for where we'd eventually want to make our enchantment table. After getting those bookshelves placed, it was back down to the mines, so 1, we could get more deep slate blocks so we could finish our roof, and then 2, so we could get some obsidian to finally make this enchantment table. After a pretty long mining trip, the 3 best things that could have happened to us. We ran into way more diamonds along the way, found a lava pit, and then I also stumbled upon a skeleton spawner. So this would be huge in making an XP farm for us. After clearing out the skelly spawner and getting some pretty subpar loot, it was finally time to mine some obsidian so we could make another portal and get our enchantment table down. Now, as punishment for not liking the video yet, I'm going to make you guys watch me mine 24 blocks of obsidian. I'm just kidding. But if you guys do enjoy this content, please leave a like. It really motivates me to keep making content like this, and this is my first attempt at making a good Minecraft video like this. But I seriously hope you guys are enjoying nonetheless. Now we have the materials to finally make our first enchantment table and start grinding for Fortune 3 on our pickaxe. We did enough XP to do 2 level 30 enchants, so hopefully one of those would give us Fortune 3. Let's see. Of course not, but that's alright. We still have one more attempt, so let's make a grindstone so we can disenchant this pickaxe. And then this game had the audacity to give me Silk Touch, which obviously we didn't want because you can't have Silk Touch and Fortune 3 on the same pickaxe. So I just level 30 enchanted our crossbow. We didn't have any more XP to continue enchanting our pickaxe, so I decided to build the roof a little more and see how it was coming along. I know in a lot of other Minecraft videos, people already have full netherite by now and are rushing to beat the Ender Dragon and doing a bunch of things faster, but I'm trying to take it slower and just enjoy the game a little bit more, you know? I feel like the rushing doesn't need to happen for the video to be good and to have more fun. And that's what this is all about, right? What's the point of playing games if you're not having fun? We ran out of blocks just before we were about to be able to finish the roof, of course, but I'm actually pretty happy with how this was turning out. We need to head into the nether so we can go get 1 soul sand so we can make the XP farm that I want to make, because the XP farm is too close to bedrock to make them drop to 1 HP. Before I get flamed too hard, this was recorded at literally 4 in the morning and my brain was absolutely cooked. So yeah, I just misbuilt another portal. It happened. All right, let's get past it. Alright, this is a make or break moment for this episode. All we need to do is go into the nether and get 1 soul sand so we can make a bubble elevator for our XP farm. Unfortunately, we got kind of a bad spawn for us to be able to go get soul sand, but it's not the end of the world. All we have to do is adventure out a little bit and just be insanely careful. We honestly got pretty lucky. I only had to travel like a couple hundred blocks in one direction and we ended up finding a good biome and a huge patch of soul sand. So let's stock up on it so we don't have to come back here until we're finally ready. Now that we got the soul sand, the only painful thing I had to do was mine these diamonds because they were going to be in the way of the farm. But let's speed this up so you guys can see the process of how I built this. Now that the skelly farm is done, we can finally cross it off our objective list. Now all we had left to do was AFK here and farm skellies for XP so we could end up with Fortune 3. I tried really hard formatting how I would add the sitting there and waiting for the XP farm. It just really wasn't interesting to watch, so I'm just going to skip through it. It was a lot of me just watching Netflix on the side and waiting for the skellies to spawn in, but we finally ended up getting Fortune 3. So now that we basically got a god pick, Fortune 3, Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 4, exactly what we wanted to get, and we eventually got it. It did take quite some time, but I'm not going to complain. At least we ended with the result we wanted. Now it was time to go mine all those diamonds and get some full diamond armor. We got pretty lucky with all the diamond drops. That's why I wanted to wait so bad for Fortune 3, because it was just always worth it, in my opinion, to get as many diamonds as you can, especially early game. But now we are finally able to make full diamond armor and cross it off our objective list. Now, I didn't put finishing a base on the objective list because, let's be honest, who doesn't build a base on their very first day of Minecraft? But all we had left to do was mine some blocks and let's get some diamonds along the way, and then we'll be able to finish our base. pretty successful mining trip, not only with enough blocks to finish our base, but we almost got a stack of diamonds along the way. Well, guys, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. This is honestly one of the best builds I've done in a while, and I know a lot of you can probably build 20 times better, but I'm honestly really impressed with myself, and I'm pretty happy with it. Well, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. I'm pretty happy with how far we've come. We got a lot more to do, and I definitely plan to continue this series. This was an absolute blast to make. And this video took a really long time to make, so if you guys could please consider leaving a like and subscribing, and comment down below what you guys thought. What can I improve on? I'm always looking for feedback and how to improve these videos. I'm obviously new to making Minecraft videos like this, so this is kind of uncharted territory for me, but I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. But yeah, without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.